Alright, so hello everybody, this is T-Paul here at Tadpole Superheroes, the name of the channel, and we are doing a Let's Play of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Now, this game, first of all, this is my first ever video on this channel, my first ever Let's Play as well. So, to everyone who's watching, first of all, thank you for watching, and second of all, please leave any constructive criticisms in the comment section below. I mean, if you feel like I'm playing around with the sound balance, if you feel like the sound balance is off, let me know what I should change. Let me know what I'm doing right and what I can do to improve, because I am looking to improve, and like I said, this is my very first Let's Play here. So, the way this is going to work on my channel is I'm going to be playing 3 different games. I'll be uploading Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So every Thursday will be Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance for the Gamecube. Every Saturday will be a different game, separate. I'm not going to say what the games are until I've done the first episode for each one. And then Tuesdays, of course, will be another game. So 3 different games, once a week. And then, I might post some other stuff in between, but I'm just going to focus on getting these Let's Plays started and getting into the groove of things. As I said, this is my first Let's Play on here, so hope you enjoy it. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about it, and we will get right into this game. So as you can see, I've beaten this game 3, maybe 4 times. It's been about 5 years since I've played it. As you can see above, there are 3 save files. One is the epilogue, which means I've beaten the game, and the other 2 are partially through the game. So we'll pick up. If you haven't played a Fire Emblem game before, basically it's a turn-based strategy RPG. So it's kind of a combination of strategy games and RPG elements. So you have characters that gain experience and level up and gain stats, and strategy elements to it as well. I'll explain as we get into the game. If you have played a Fire Emblem game before, well, I hope you enjoy watching this. So here we go. We're going to start a brand new game. And we're going to play on... let's do normal. I haven't done this for a while. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this part. Random or fixed? Let's do random. That's kind of the standard thing for Fire Emblem games, I think. In a cutscene, so I'll be quiet.
Well, Ike, you had enough? Oh, missed.
Ike? Oh no!
Missed that song.
Ah, you're up. About time.
Alright, so sorry about those little sound blips there. I was messing with something on my microphone and didn't realize it was going to make noise. So anyway, that was our opening cutscene. I think I can activate subtitles, so I'll check that after this. But yeah, I think you could hear it alright. So now we get into the regular game. So we got characters talking. I'm not going to do reading everybody's lines. I've seen some Let's Players do that, and I don't mind it, but it's just not my kind of thing. So anyway, you read it for yourself. But Mist, so I think it's going to explain the characters' relationships, but Mist is the sister to Ike, our main character, who just got his butt kicked by Grail. Who's their dad? There you go. It's true. Tough love. Tough love, Grail. You tell him. There you go, Ike. He's got some spunk. He knows what's up. I love these games. Just the characterizations in all the Fire Emblem games are fantastic. I'm not gonna give up until I can just hit him once. That's all I want to do in life. He's aiming high. He's got high hopes. And we have another character, Boyd, who is not related. Blood relativated? He's not a blood relative. Alright, he's a buddy. He's a friend. So, in case you can't tell, Grail is the boss of mercenaries. They're a bunch of mercs. Fight for money. Yeah, I'd get a good laugh from watching Ike get his butt kicked too. Oh, spilling the beans. Sisters. Always just messing everything up. Instead of getting your butt kicked by dad, go fight this other younger kid. Alright, so here's where we get our little tutorial match. I bet you're ready for me. I'm more ready for you. Okay. Oh, okay, so these tutorial windows. Anna, the helpful hint girl. Let's turn tutorials off. I'll explain it as we go. So you have this grid. You can see the grid on here. I can actually change the thickness of the grid, so you can actually make it so you don't see the grid at all. Or to make it so, let's actually look at this. Yeah, so you can make it really obvious, or you can make it not even there. But when you select a character, it'll show, grid. Basically, every character has a certain movement speed, which is determined in spaces on the grid. So this is the tactics part of the thing, is you move characters on the grid. You can see your enemies' movement range as well. If you click on them, it shows where they can attack. And you have to move, close to an enemy to be able to attack them. Ike's using a sword. How do I check their status? It's with Y. Okay. So this is their status screen. You can check all of your unit statuses. You can do that for your enemies as well. And it shows, so you can see their stats, strength, magic, skill, etc. The bottom left is their combat stats, which it'll make more sense as we play the game. But Ike's level 1 ranger, 19 hit points. He has move. You see the top right, MV, move. He can move 6 spaces in 1 turn. So we're going to run him over by Boyd. And so you take turns, so now it's Boyd's turn, it's the enemy turn. So he's not going to move. He's gonna wait for me to go over there. So take one more move. There's a shove. We'll get into that some other time. It's not that important. So I have a trainer sword. You can also use I think so. Yeah, you can use your status button, which is the Y button, to check the status of weapons and equipment as well. So it's a sword. The might is 6. Basically, it's how much damage it adds to your strength or magic, depending on what type of weapon you're using. Yeah, so sword used for training, deals no real damage. Cool. Does not wear down with use. Yeah, we'll get into that once we get actual weapons. So before you fight, you've got this little screen that shows you how much damage you'll do. Your hit percentage, which is 100 for both of us, so that's not really important right now. Crit percentage, which is 0, so that's also not important. This is really helpful because you get to look and see before you attack an enemy, whether or not it's a good idea, whether or not you should fight with them. Obviously, I don't really have much of a choice. All I have is Ike, and I only have 1 enemy, so we'll be making better use of that preparation screen before battle. So now we have the battle screen, and sometimes people will talk at the battle screen, and Mist is being an awesome sister. What are sisters for, right? They ruin things and then they make everything better. It's the nature of siblings. Alright, and then we have the combat screen where combat plays out. And then you gain experience. After each combat engagement, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I bet you're not done yet. Okay, so this is a really simple mission. Here we go, more smacking each other around. And so now I defeated him. So as you'll see, I get more experience there. You get more experience for defeating an enemy than you do for just engaging with them. Something to keep in mind as you go forward and you want to figure out how to distribute experience to your different characters. So you'll see there's quite a colorful cast of characters, and they're all very entertaining and tons of fun. And at the bottom you see that new leveling up. Basically, since I turned tutorial windows off, it'll just tell you when there's a new tutorial. So that was a tutorial about leveling up, and I can view that anytime if I want to, if I didn't know how to play the game. Oh, now we go up against Grail. So Miss is running out there, and she's gonna give him a Vulnerary. Vulneraries are your standard healing item in Fire Emblem games. Okay, also, what was I going to say? Okay, so probably for this first episode, I'm going to keep episodes around 20 minutes, usually. So I don't think we're going to get beyond the tutorial phase in this episode, but next week, we'll get into the real meat of the game. This is sort of a trial run. For me, especially, because this is my first Let's Play video. Okay. Yep, so telling you to heal yourself. Or run Ike over there. And then, so before you battle, you can, at the end of moving, you have a number of options. You have attack, items, wait. Wait just means you end your turn. You can attack to go into combat. Items means you can look at your items. Okay, that's what I forgot. This Fire Emblem does the item system a little differently. So you have weapons in that top. See how it's sort of divided in the middle? So you have essentially, I think, 8 or 9 or 10 slots total, but you've got 4 or 5 weapon slots and 4 or 5 item slots. So here's your Vulnerary. It's a healing item. If we go into the status, it restores 10 HP. So helpful. So we're going to use that because don't want to get my butt kicked. Here we go. Does Grail attack? Yes, he does. All right. So some bosses will attack you. Some bosses will wait for you to attack them. Now we're wailing on each other. Ike has nothing to say. Alright. Let's attack him again. Yeah, so there's the prep screen. So, oh, Grail only does 6 damage? He's holding back on us. He's got to be holding back on us. Dad's letting us win. And then depending on the level of your opponent, it also fluctuates how much experience you gain. So we're already gaining more experience from Grail than we were from Boyd. And he almost beat us, but we got him. Sweet! We didn't actually hurt him that bad. I think he's putting on a show. There's no way I would hurt Grail that bad. So when you defeat a boss especially, you get tons of experience. So now we just leveled up, and you'll see stats go up. So HP and strength went up. Strength is very important for Ike. He's a sword user, so that determines how much damage he does. And HP is self-explanatory if you've ever played any RPG ever. Oh, that's clever. If you could tell that I was holding back, that means you're improving. Way to go, Dad. Sure, Boyd. Sure thing. Okay, so it's a company of mercenaries. Ike still hasn't joined the mercenaries, even though his dad is the boss. Boyd's already a merc, and we beat him, so come on. But again. Random chant. Yes! Alright. Again, it's been a long time since I've played this game, so I know the broad strokes of the story and the characters, but a lot of this is kind of new to me. I mean, not new, but just fresh. Also, the music in Fire Emblem games is delightful. So if you ever notice the music, just pay a little attention. They got some good tunes. Alright. What happens next? Okay, yeah, so after every chapter, including the prologue, you go to the save screen, and you can save over any file, which I'll just keep saving over my regular file. This is the one I'll be using for the Let's Play. So it took us almost 13 minutes to beat the prologue. And now, at the beginning of every chapter, you get a title screen like this. Chapter 1, the battle begins. So here's our little home base for the mercenaries. And like I said, most of these episodes will run around 20 minutes. I'm going to let this go a little farther just because, I mean, I had a little bit of chatting at the beginning, just introducing myself and telling you what I'm all about. And all we got through was the tutorial. You want to see more than that, right? So let's do this. So there's another mercenary, Titania. Titania. How do you say that? Titania. Dang it. I'm usually good at pronouncing names, but I've never actually said her name aloud. Okay, so we're late. Ah, bandits. The bread and butter of every Fire Emblem game. So he's spouting a bunch of other names of other mercenaries. Titania is sort of the second in command, basically. Yeah, Ike. First job. Okay, so we're taking Oscar, another mercenary, and Boyd, who we kicked his butt earlier. It's a surprise for Boyd to be ready. So I'm going through the text kind of quickly. If there's anything worth pointing out, then I'll point it out. So here we go, heading to our first job. Chaldea. Little village we're at. Please do, Titania. The blue marks. Blue versus red, red versus blue. Yep, so every enemy army has a leader, has a boss. Just like the bosses we fought in the tutorial phase. So the map handily shows what's going on. He's gonna pose for the camera. Cause he's a pretty little bugger. He's really not, he's actually super ugly. So this is where the strategy comes into play because we're outnumbered. There's 4 of us and, hang on. 4, 6, 7 of them? 7 or 8 of them. So you wanna think about how to move your units, how to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed. All that stuff. This is where the tactics comes into play. Alright, so they're gonna be explaining stuff. Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of one of the main quirks of the Fire Emblem series is the weapon triangle. So axes, Titania is using an axe. It's good against lances, but axes aren't good against swords. And so swords are good against axes, but are not good against lances. Yep, so you want to pay attention. Different characters are different classes. Different classes use different weapons. So you take advantage of the weapon triangle and who's good against who. It's kind of what's going on. So, like, we have 2 axe wielders, Titania and Boyd. We have Ike, who uses the sword, and Oscar, who uses the lance. So we have the entire weapon triangle. We can take advantage of all that. Ike won't forget, because he'll always remember he has the advantage over Boyd. Don't you just love friendly rivalries? And that's another thing. There are houses and stuff that we can visit to talk to people. Titania is our powerhouse unit. She starts off very powerful compared to everyone else. And generally when you have a character like that in a Fire Emblem game, you don't want to use them very much because they start off super powerful and in the late game they're not very good. Titania is an exception to that. She actually stays pretty strong throughout the entire game. I'm not going to use her though because I like other characters better. I'm not going to use her very much, especially in the early stage, because you want your weaker units to get the experience. She doesn't need it. She's strong enough already. Okay, so you can enter these houses, talk to people, and they'll give you stuff because they're nice. So I got a steel sword. So now I get into a bunch of different types of weapons. Basically, so Ike's got, oh, he has 4 swords. I don't think he's going to run out of swords anytime soon. Okay, so one thing you'll notice is there's a number 46 out of 46 next to the weapons. That is how much durability it has. Every time you hit an enemy with your weapon, it uses up 1 point of its durability. If it goes down to 0, then the weapon's destroyed. Luckily, we have 46 times 4 uses. Yay for math. So Ike's pretty much set for this entire mission. So you can see, if you hover over the enemies, it shows you their level, HP, and what weapon they're using. We have 2 axe wielders here. So Ike's pretty much golden in this part. So now you'll see Ike can actually attack twice. Depending on your speed stat, if you're much faster than your opponent, you can attack twice, while they can only attack once. And you also see the hit percentage. Since my sword is good against axes, for one thing, he has very low hit percentage, while I have a very high hit percentage. You also see the arrows above there next to the weapons. Up means it's you got an advantage. Down means you got a disadvantage. Self-explanatory. All right, I'm gonna go wail on this dude. And so see, he missed. Which sometimes they'll hit. I mean, 53% chance doesn't mean they're guaranteed to miss. It just means they aren't likely to hit. Okay, so we'll send Boyd over here. So you can see that matches up a little, slightly more evenly than the Ike battle. But still, Boyd's got the upper hand. So I'm going to keep battle animations on throughout this playthrough. Just like it. It's fun. And if I ever need to cut some stuff out in the midst of a mission, then I will. Okay, here we go. Yeah, see, look, he's such a cutie. He's real pretty, isn't he? Oh, you're not worried because we're just mercenaries. Yeah, you're in for a rude awakening. Oh, okay. Here we'll learn something about bandits that we don't like about bandits. Is that bandits can wreck stuff, including houses. So later on in missions, you want to make sure that bandits, if they're in the match, chapter battle thing, you want to make sure that they don't get to the houses before you get there. Because otherwise, if, say, there was a villager in there who would give you stuff, they will not give you stuff. If house gets destroyed because you didn't save them. Alright, so we're starting to work our way through their ranks. This should be good. I got another level up. Sweet. So you got some other stats level up. Skill defense is the death. Res is resistance. Defense is just, you know, it protects you from physical attacks. Resistance protects you from magical attacks. Alright, so we should be able to finish this guy off unless I miss. 87% chance of hitting. Sweet. Alright. So now we've got a sword user over here. And, okay, by bandit destroying houses, I mean these guys. Their class is bandit. Which you can see here, he's part of the bandit army. So the icon in the top left, where it says bandit, that's the army. That's basically the team that the unit is on. The name below that, Myrmidon, is the class. So for him, he's a Myrmidon. This guy is a bandit, through and through. Even if he wasn't on the bandit army, he's still a bandit. So it's only the bandit class that can destroy houses. So like Boyd, his class is a fighter, etc. Okay. So we're going to send Oscar to attack the sword wielder. So Oscar is on a horse. He's a cavalier. I think it has a different name in this game, though. It's usually called a cavalier. So he can move much farther. He can move 7 or 8 spaces as opposed to Ike's 6. Now you'll notice I moved Oscar over here to attack him, but he's very close to an axe wielder. Now if I check his range, like that, he can't quite hit Oscar, which is awesome. So I'm going to send Ike over to back him up. Titania can just chill. Enemy turn. Oh, why did he go after Ike? I wanted Oscar to get experience. Oh, okay. So when they do cool animations like that, and you hear that sort of piercing sound, that's a critical hit. So I got a critical hit and wrecked that guy. That's what you get for not attacking Oscar. Okay, so we're gonna send Oscar to visit the house. That's what I'm doing. Helping save the village. She gave me a seraph robe, so that's another item. There's a lot of different items. I'll get into what they do as we use them. Let's mess this dude up. Actually, Titania has a steel sword from that house. So yeah, you can trade items with adjacent units. So I can trade over a steel sword for one of the many iron swords that Ike has. Titania can't use swords, but she can hold on to one. No harm in that. Oh, I thought he'd be able to attack twice. So the reason I can attack twice with an iron sword, but only once with a steel sword, is because steel weapons weigh more than iron swords, and so Ike isn't strong enough to be able to attack twice with the steel sword. So we'll go for the double attack. Oh, Ike's not doing so good. Oh shoot! What am I doing? This is what happens when I'm talking while I'm playing Fire Emblem. I also get really kind of cocky in the really early levels. he's gonna kill him. Oh jeez. Oh my gosh! It actually happened. Okay. So what happens if a unit dies? They're dead. Like there's permanent death in Fire Emblem games. If your main character Ike dies, this is oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. This is because I wasn't paying attention because I get really cocky in the early levels, especially if I played the game before. So if your main character dies, then that's a game over. So I'll show you the game over screen and then I'll skip ahead. I'm gonna cut some of this out until I get back to where I was. So yeah. That's really embarrassing. Here we go, game over screen. Yeah, this is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. Alright, I'm going to get back to where I was, and I'll meet you in the middle of that level. We are not ending the episode on a game over screen. Here we go. Alright, so we are back in action. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, huh? That's how you can tell I'm doing this live. Okay, so this episode has gone almost 30 minutes, so I'm going to hurry up and finish this chapter. But anyway, as you can see, Ike is alive. He only has 6 hit points left, but he's alive. So is everybody else. Boyd's a little bit in danger. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Let's finish this off. This is where the tactics come into play. Okay, what do I want to do? Well, Titania. Let's see. Boyd needs to heal. I think. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to hurry up and beat this chapter. Then we'll conclude the episode. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. And please leave constructive criticism in the comments below in terms of the sound balance. In terms of the mic, I mean, I will. I'm gonna be upgrading equipment whenever I can, as often as I can. Not as often as I can. I mean, if I get good enough, then I'll stick with it. But I know this mic isn't exactly perfect. Hopefully it's good enough. Hopefully it isn't too unpleasant for your ears. So anyway, like I said, I wasn't going to use a Titania. That's actually the only battle she's been in so far. I'm going to move my units up. Get into some fights. Finish off these guys. And we'll beat the boss and we'll be done, I think. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, what did you like, what did you not like? I mean, if you're just going to come into the comments and say, oh, I hate your videos are stupid. Well, I mean, you could just not watch them then. That'd be cool too. But if you're going to be respectful and just, give me constructive criticism, that would be awesome. because I do want to keep doing this, and I enjoy doing this. I like playing video games. I mean, I already talk while I play video games by myself, so why not keep that up? Why not, do that with YouTube videos? Okay. Ike is burning through vulneraries. We're gonna have Titania visit the house and get that Seraph robe. So you can press start to skip through cutscenes if you've seen them before, which I have because I've beaten the game, so I can actually skip through every single cutscene. I'm not going to. Just if, something really embarrassing happens and I have to restart the entire mission. So here we go. Okay, Ike. Let's go to battle. Okay. So one of the things you can also do in situations like this, like see if I attacked. Okay, cool. I can do 14 damage, 7 times 2. But he can do 8 damage if he hits me. He only has a 51% chance to hit me, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to wait in front of him. He'll attack me, and then if he misses, then I know I can finish him off on the next turn. Part of the strategy, sometimes it's better to wait than to attack. So whenever you fight a boss, there will be something like this, where the boss talks smack, and then you kick his butt, and then he stops talking smack. There you go, Ike. Oh, okay. So Ike is not going to finish. Oh wait, Boyd has vulneraries, so I can keep Ike in this fight. And this is one of the things you can do against bosses. Like, I like to keep my main character well leveled. So I'm gonna give. Plus, I love using swords in these games. I love sword users. So I already like Ike a lot. So we're gonna do that. Heal him up. Zawana Nomana. Namana Wazana. I have no idea what I'm saying. Dude, 51% chance of hitting. It hit me twice. This is why. If you're a gambling man, Fire Emblem may not be the game for you. Unfortunately, when it comes to video games, I gamble a lot. And you are gambling with the lives of your troops. But there's victory. And so whenever you defeat a boss, they also have their little thing at the end where they're like, oh no, I don't want to die. But it's kind of too late for that, buddy. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Alright, so we got Ike to, I think, level 4. He actually got better stat growths in his level ups when the time that you saw when he, didn't die. Oh, you have to drop an item. Well, let's drop an iron sword. Okay, so I have to seize the thingamadoodle. That space, the objective. You can only do that with your main character. So what you do is you move your main character over the spot, and then you pick the seize option. Basically, it's taking control of the throne, or the gate, or the city hall thing. So we're gonna blaze through this cutscene. We're gonna save, and then I'll say bye to y'all till next week. But anyway, okay. So Ike's first mission went really well. I mean, he died, but he came back. It's no big deal. A little death never hurt anybody. All right. Oh, secrets. Secrets about the father. Things even his son doesn't know. Secrets. I mean, that's what all great plots are built upon, is secrets. Oh, Boyd. So Boyd's own first fight, he broke his own axe. Oh, also Boyd and Oscar are brothers, so there's some more siblings screwing up everything. Ruining the moment. Ruining the bragging by telling the truth. What are siblings for? Yep, some mist. Mist is nice and cooks good food. Okay, so that is it for this episode of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Let's play. I'm T-Paul. YouTube channel is Tadpole Superhero. And I will see y'all next week on Thursday. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so again, every Thursday will be Fire Emblem Path of Radiance every single week. Tuesdays and Sundays will be different games. Or Saturdays, sorry. Tuesday and Saturday. So, like with Path of Radiance, I've beaten it already multiple times. My Tuesday game is another game that I've beaten multiple times. Saturday, however, which is the next episode you'll be able to see on this channel, is a game that I have never played before. So that should be a fun one, especially because it's a rather controversial game. So that should be fun. Okay, anyway, that is it for today. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I'm T-Paul, Tadpole Superhero. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought, what I can improve on, and I hope you stick around and keep watching more episodes. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.